So question 6 and last in our CHRP November 2023 paper, which is CHRP 10. Number 6A says, Pelisha Limited is in the process of establishing a performance management system. Examine the guidelines that the management should follow to enhance the effectiveness of the system. So the company is in the process of coming up with a performance management system, so to say. So what are some of the things that the management should put in place, or some of the guidelines that the management should follow in order for this system that they're about to develop to be effective? Number 1, involve the employees. Remember, we said when it comes to performance measurement, it's not a one-way thing. Remember, you are measuring performance. The performance of who? The employees. Employees become a very important stakeholder when it comes to performance measurement. So when you're coming up or when you're developing a performance measurement system, it's always good that you always involve them. Hear out their suggestions, hear out their input. It might be very viable. It might be something that can really help you improve in terms of coming up with better systems in place or putting up better systems in place. So the first guideline that the management should do whenever they're developing or establishing a performance management system is first of all to involve the employees. Have an interaction with them, try to hear out what is it that they're trying to say, and then sit down with their fellow team or fellow managers and try to basically screen them out. What is viable, have it. What is not viable, leave it aside. But always give the employees the chance to express themselves whenever it comes to issues to do with performance management systems. The second thing the management could do is basically do a research. Why do you need to do a research? Research will help you to understand the industry. What are some of the things that work? What are some of the things that do not work? So that you only concentrate with those which work for the organization. So here they say research and set performance management benchmarks in your industry that help you understand what successful performance management looks like. So through this research, you'll be able to come up with systems that are basically working well for most organizations and use the same systems in order for you to improve when it comes to issues to do with performance. So that is also another thing, that is also another guideline that the management can do or can follow. Another thing is to ensure to align the system with organizational culture and values. Ensure that the system you're putting in place considers the culture of the organization, because if you come up with a system that does not align with the culture of the organization, then it is as good as zero work, because things will not be working out. Things will not be moving in the right direction. You'll be trying to improve, but it will be very much impossible. Why? Because you've come up with a system in an organization that does not respect the culture of the organization. When we talk of the culture and values of the organization, here we refer to the mission, the vision, the goals, the objectives, and anything. Strategies, anything important as far as the organization is concerned. So ensure the system you're putting in place aligns to the goals, aligns to the strategy of the organization, aligns with the missions and visions, and name it. So ensure before you put this system in place, consider what culture the organization has, and then go ahead and come up with a system that will basically work well, that will integrate well, that will cooperate well with the culture and values of the organization. Number 4, establish and communicate clear, detailed goals or even performance expectations. That is also something else. In order for your performance management system to work, first of all, have you communicated? Have you made it clear to the employees, to all the people within the organization, that this and this and this is what is expected to be done? In order for the system to work, it's not unless the people involved are fully aware of the system and how the system works. You've communicated everything clearly to them. They understand basically what is expected of them in order for things to work out well. So before anything else, ensure you've basically communicated, you've set the expectations clearly to the employees. Every employee within the organization understands what is expected of him, and then basically it will also be very easy for your system to work. And then lastly, ensure frequent communication and real-time feedback. So as much as communication is needed, but also you need to have in mind that feedback will always be important. Why feedback? Because feedback is the only thing that will help this system to improve. In case of any hiccups, in case of any hurdles on the way, basically employees will be able to communicate. So put the system in such a way that it will encourage feedback from the employees, from the employers. What has been done? This is what has been found out. These are the findings. This is what we have. So what do we do? By having a system that accommodates such, definitely you are bound to improve in your areas of weaknesses through performing. So those are some of the guidelines. Those are some of the things that management should put in place in order for a performance management system to be effective. So that is 6A. Our 6B says, identify the factors that may hinder an employee from achieving their performance goals. Factors that may hinder an employee from achieving performance goals. So what is it that may hinder a person from performing? You have goals that are expected to meet, but at the end of the day, you don't meet them. What could be some of the reasons that can make you not to meet the goals that have been set forward for you? First, on number 1, it could be you have unrealistic expectations, or the goals are unrealistic. Remember, we said when you're coming up with goals, both the organizational goals and the employee's personal goals, these goals should adhere to the SMART technique. Having specific goals, measurable goals, attainable, realistic, time-bound. So if the objectives that you've come up with are not anywhere in this bracket, chances of you performing will not be high, or will miss out, basically because the goals are not supporting you to perform, or the goals are not supporting your performance. So number 1 thing that can make you not to perform or to achieve your goals, it should be you had unclear goals, or you had unclear expectations that were put in place. Number 2, lack of motivation. If you're not motivated, that means you cannot perform. For you to perform, you need to be motivated. And motivation is not only about money. No, motivation comes in so many ways in the workplace or in the organization. It could be maybe because the working conditions are very harsh, they are not friendly, they are not accommodating. It could be because you're working under so much pressure, working under so much frustration, working under so much harassment from the boss. It could be maybe the boss is not giving you time to think and do things on your own. So there's so many things that might make you not to be motivated. So if you're not motivated as an employee, chances of you performing will also be low. So that is also another reason, another factor that may hinder you from achieving your performance goals. Number 3, maybe you have insufficient ability. Maybe there's a certain skill that you're lacking. Maybe there's a certain knowledge that you're lacking, and these employers are not taking you for training and development. So that can also contribute towards you not achieving your performance goals. And then we also have job is a poor fit. You have the right qualifications, you have the right experience, expertise and exposure, but placed in the wrong job. So that can also hinder you from achieving performance goals. Yes, I know. Yes, I understand. I have the qualifications, but now the job I've been given is not my area of specialization. So at the end of the day, you fail to perform. Sometimes you might also fail to perform because you lack resources. Resources like time. Maybe you'll be given limited time, and that job needs a lot of time. You'll be given a very minimal budget, which will make you know to achieve the goal. Maybe you've been given a poor backup. You need to be like 3 employees. You're the only one performing or maybe working. That can also hinder you from performing or from achieving performance goals. So lack of resources. And then lastly, obstacles. Not lastly, you have obstacles. Obstacles could be like things to do with the technology barrier, maybe interpersonal issues. Maybe you're not relating well or cooperating well with others in the workplace. Could be equipment failures. The equipment and the machines you are using fail on the way. That can also hinder you from achieving your performance goals, and so many more. And then lastly, personal issues. Personal issues could also be part of the hindrances. Maybe you are so much frustrated, you are stressed out, you you have family problems, you have family issues, and then you carry these issues to the workplace. So at the end of the day, you don't concentrate. You have the inability to focus, basically because of these personal issues that you've carried them. Things which are really overwhelming you, things which are really weighing you down. So when you reach at the workplace, you're not in a position to concentrate, to focus. That can also make you not to perform or to achieve your performance goals. So these plus many other more could be the reasons that might make a personnel or a worker or an employee not to achieve his personal performance goals well. So that is the end of our revision session for our paper CHRP 10 November 2023. Thank you. Let's meet in another paper for more discussion and revision. Thank you.